Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Smart Glamour video. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of accurate representation of bodies in the media and when you're shopping online. So the first thing that I want to talk about and make very clear is that accurate representation is not something that I personally have ever had to worry about. I am a white woman, I am a straight size woman, my body is able, I have a symmetrical face, I don't have acne for the most part, I don't have any scarring, and when I look in the media and when I shop online, I see me everywhere. I have never had to worry about or think about, or I wonder how this dress would look on somebody of my frame or my body shape or my height, because my body type is being reflected back to me everywhere I look. And this is obviously not the case for the majority of people. It's been reported multiple times that only 5% of women have the body type that is being shown in 95% of advertisements. So that means that 95% of women are looking at ads and shopping online and not seeing themselves represented. Obviously, if you know anything about Smart Glamour, you know that accurate representation of bodies is one of the most important things that the brand tries to accomplish. And I do that by using models of all shapes, sizes, heights, weights, ages, ethnicities, abilities, identities, and the list goes on and on. And when I say models, I don't mean professional models, I don't even mean amateur models, I just mean people. But once they're modeling for me, that means they're a model, because they're modeling my clothing. And they don't need to have any professional modeling experience. They don't even need to have modeled for anyone else before. Everyone wears clothing, and I can easily take pictures of anybody wearing my clothing. And the response to that has been really fantastic and very overwhelming at times. I had a store in the East Village of New York City last year, and there was a woman who came into the store because she had found my company on Instagram. And she told me as she left the first time how thankful she was to have found my company. And one of the things that she mentioned was that my imagery was subconsciously teaching her and everyone else that the way that she is and the way that we are as is okay. And I also get a lot of emails from people who stumble across my site and feel the need to express gratitude to me. And I wanted to read 3 snippets from different emails that I've gotten over the past few years that really stuck out to me as being wonderful proof of how important it is to see someone that looks like you, that you can relate to in the media and when you're shopping online. So the first one says, "I just wanted to say thank you. These women look like me, and you are presenting them as beautiful. It may seem like no big deal, but it's amazing. Thank you for not putting all of the big women in black. Thank you for not cramming them into Spanx so every lump and bump is gone. Thank you for showing legs that are not airbrushed. You brought tears to my eyes." And the second one has to do with seeing a model who happens to use a cane. "I happened to find out about you through a BuzzFeed article that happened to feature a Tumblr that mentioned your company. Was on your site for less than 5 minutes before I was in tears. The happiest of tears, because not only are you featuring all body shapes and sizes, but one of your models has a cane. I was in a car accident in 2008 that has rendered me almost cane dependent. On some good days I can walk without it. And whenever I'm with it, I want to be invisible. With my cane, I never feel sexy or beautiful or glamorous. I never see canes in ad campaigns unless they are ads for canes. They are never beautiful or featured with glamorous clothing, but you did it. Thank you. I wish there were more words to express how happy this made me feel." And the last snippet. "Hi guys, so I was scrolling through your various clothing options, and I was slightly confused at first. After a few minutes, I realized why. Because whenever I shop online, I only see size 2 models. And while scrolling through your website, I felt so comfortable. It feels really great seeing how a dress might lay on my body instead of seeing how it looks on a supermodel who has been photoshopped. which then leads to being disappointed in a purchase that I've made. So thank you so much. In a world where I'm surrounded by girls in magazines setting the standard, there's you who totally redefines the standard. So those are just 3 emails of 3 people who randomly stumbled upon my site and saw someone that they could relate to, saw someone that they saw themselves in, and felt moved to send me an email to tell me how big of a deal that is to them. And that really should be proof enough for anyone. But there have also been scientific studies and research done on what the effects of seeing diverse bodies does. And there was a study done in England a few years ago where women were shown depictions of other women of all different shapes and sizes, with their heads removed, so they couldn't even focus on, the person's face or whether they thought they were attractive or not. It was just their bodies, and they were all wearing the same plain grained leotard. And this study demonstrates that when women are shown pictures of other women with a range of body sizes, the study participants quickly start to get more comfortable with varying sizes. And it goes on to say that the women were also shown photos of very thin women. Showing them thin bodies makes them like thin bodies more, and showing them fat bodies makes them like fat bodies more. Linda Boothroyd, the psychology researcher at Durham University in England who led the study, says she calls it a visual diet, changing the things that your eyes eat. And I think that's really important. It's important to be able to see a variety of different human beings, because it's very easy to stay in your bubble and only see people that look like you, or only see ads that look like an ideal body type, and then think that that's what you need to be. And you may rationally know that that's not the case, but when you're viewing 400 to 600 different ads a day, which is the average, it seeps into your brain no matter what. So imagine if everything that you saw and all of the websites that you were shopping had a variety of bodies, had a variety of skin tones. It would really change the world. And I think that it's even more important with the current climate of today's society in America that we really all make an effort to become more tolerant of people that are different from us. And I really do think that intolerance comes from ignorance and not having an open mind and wanting to learn about people who are different from you. And so it's my job as someone who is an influencer, as someone who has a platform, as someone who has a following, as someone who has a website, to be sure to include as many different types of people as I can, so that not only do people see representations of bodies that they can relate to, but also so people can see representations of bodies that they do not usually see, so that they can open their minds and subconsciously change the prejudices that they may have against certain body types, certain sizes, certain ethnicities, or certain abilities. So yes, it is incredibly important to see someone who looks like you, but it's also incredibly important to see someone who doesn't. I hope you enjoyed this Smart Glamour video. If you did, please give it a like, please subscribe to our channel, please like, comment, and share on social media. If there's a topic you'd like to hear me talk about in the coming weeks, please leave it in the comments below. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye!